According to the National Institutes of Health, 1 in 3 adolescents between the ages of 13 and 18 are suffering from anxiety. This is coupled with a sharp rise in teen suicides and high levels of other emotional disorders. Hello, teachers. I'm Nancy with Escaping the Classroom, and I help teachers find genuine ways to start their own businesses. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at emotional and behavioral disorders in the classroom, the basics. Let's get started. With 1/3 of adolescents between the ages of 13 and 18 suffering from anxiety, it is highly likely that you have at least one student in your classroom who has emotional disturbances or behavioral problems. What are some of the conditions you're likely to encounter, and how should you conduct your classroom? Well, in most schools, the term emotional and behavioral disorder, or EBD, encompasses a wide range of disorders including learning disabilities such as developmental delays, autism, and dyslexia, psychiatric illnesses such as bipolar disorder and psychotic disorders, emotional disorders including anxiety and depression, and conduct disorders such as oppositional defiant disorder, or ODD. If the composition of your classroom is similar to what I've experienced over the past few years, you will end up with 2 or more children in your classroom who have some of these diagnoses. Here are 5 of the most commonly diagnosed emotional disorders in children. Anxiety disorder. This can be seen as an unreasonable sense of fear even when there is no immediate danger. Anxiety disorders include separation anxiety, phobias, and obsessive-compulsive disorders. Bipolar disorder. These result in extreme mood swings. Students can go from euphoria to depression within days or sometimes even hours. Eating disorders. These have long been common among adolescent girls, but they also affect boys as well. Obsessive-compulsive disorder. Children tend to focus obsessively on thoughts of germs or disease, and they also perform specific rituals and repetitive motions to get rid of their obsessive thoughts. Psychotic disorders. These are the most serious emotional disturbances. Often rooted in brain chemistry, students with these disorders might hallucinate, have delusions, show disorganized thinking, and be unable or unwilling to speak. If you're teaching children with emotional and behavioral problems, the first thing you need to understand is that you're a teacher. You're not a therapist. You should work with the student support team, but it's not your job to diagnose, monitor medications, or otherwise get involved in the student's treatment. You have enough to do. You also don't need to take time and energy away from the other students in your class. There are some ground rules that you can set down if you have students with emotional and behavioral problems. And this gives students the best chance to learn, grow, and thrive in your classroom. Number 1, understand that these students are entitled to an education. All students are entitled to an education. But it's not only a social and moral right, it's a legal right. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, the IDEA, requires schools to provide education to children with physical and emotional disabilities. However, this does not mean you have to tolerate disruptive students in your classroom, and it does not mean that you have to provide unreasonable levels of accommodation. Number 2, set down strict boundaries. All students need rules and boundaries, and strictly enforced classroom rules benefit everyone, especially children with EBD. Lay out the classroom rules on the first day and keep them posted in your classroom. It's recommended that it be a simple, clear, and basic set of rules such as always be on time, raise your hand, be polite, be kind to others, and make sure you have a set of clearly explained consequences too. Number 3, reward positive behavior. Writing in Education Corner, teacher Becton Loveless offers this advice. Fostering and rewarding positive behavior has proven to be vastly more effective than attempting to eliminate negative behavior. Your influence could mean a world of difference to these students who are struggling with an incredibly difficult condition. Number 4, treat everyone fairly. Your students with EBD will feel like they're truly a part of the group when you treat everyone fairly, never bending the rules for any one particular student or group of students. Number 5, foster peer support. Studies have found that this is one of the best ways to create an open, friendly environment for all students. It also helps children with disabilities develop better social skills. Now that's a plus for everyone. Does it seem like there is an increase in emotional and psychological disorders among children? If you're a classroom teacher, I bet this is a topic of conversation between you and your colleagues on a regular basis. In 2017, the Centers for Disease Control issued a report titled Generation at Risk to call attention to the worsening mental health of our young people. According to the report, 1 in 5 American children ages 3 through 17, that's about 15 million children, have a diagnosable mental, emotional, or behavioral disorder in any given year. What does this mean for you, the teacher? Well, you're on the front lines of this increase in troubled children. You could be teaching children with disorders that range from mild anxieties to severe emotional disturbances. This doesn't have to be a negative, and it could even be a positive. It will certainly be difficult and challenging. As you think about your career, it's important to be realistic about what your future classroom will look like and what works best with your students. If you've decided it's time to explore other options to teaching, take a look at Wealthy Affiliate. If you're one of the thousands of teachers looking to supplement your income, this may also be just what you're looking for. Over 1 million people from all walks of life and around the world have found a real home at Wealthy Affiliate, and I've included a link below. Whatever your path, I wish you the very best. That's it for today, class. I'm Nancy. If you'd like to see more from Escaping the Classroom, just click the link below. And if you found something useful in this video, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.